Hello, today I will be doing a video on IRI's scripting language called SortCL. SortCL is used in many of IRI's products such as Rowgen, NextForm, CoSort, and FieldShield. This language is universal and allows for complete control over your projects and use cases. However, it is not necessary to learn in order to use our products. It only aids in complex business logic and utilizing our products to their maximum potential and beyond. Today, we'll be doing some extremely basic examples just to show you the flow and what scripts look like. So, what does a script look like? Over here on the left-hand side, you can see a very basic example of INFILE, job, and OUTFILE. Taking a look at the INFILE section here, we just have a /INFILE, which is going to do some stuff. And then next we have a job and an OUTFILE, which is again just going to do some information, which we'll discuss in a second. So where do these scripts come from? Scripts are mainly generated from wizards that aid in searching and masking PII. However, scripts can be generated from scratch using the correct file extension. What is an INFILE? An INFILE is what the source is going to be. For example, it can be a database, file, console, etc. Process is going to equal the format of the source, which is going to correlate with the /INFILE portion, and again can be delimited, ODBC, random, and many others. /alias is a name to a reference to the source or target, and since it's a reference, it's just for you to be able to give this a special name if you'd like. So taking a look at the examples over here on the left-hand side, we have a /INFILE, which is taking in a bit of information from a database specifically. And when we look at the process here, it's going to correlate with that with a process equals ODBC, referencing that it is going to be a database source. Moving on, we have this /INFILE, which is a tester.txt and process of delimited. Again, which is going to reference along with the INFILE right here, saying that it is going to be a text file. And we have an alias on the database example with a name we gave it, and an alias on the text file example with another different name. What is the job section? So a job is an action that occurs in between an INFILE and an OUTFILE for this example. So as you can see here, the /report, which is going to be the job section. /report essentially is just reading and writing from a source to a target, which means that this INFILE is the source. It's going to be reading and then writing to this OUTFILE. /report is one of the most common of all the actions, and some other examples can include a /join and a /sort, which do different things respectively. What is an OUTFILE? So, like an INFILE, it is very similar. Here in the /OUTFILE section, it's going to equal what the target is going to be. Again, could be a database, file, console, and many more. The /process is going to be the format of the target, which could be delimited, ODBC, random, and many more. Again, these are also correlated with each other. So here you can see the process is equal to ODBC in this example. And the /OUTFILE is referencing to a database. Here in this example, we have a /OUTFILE of a .json file, and the process is going to correlate as a JSON. And in the final example, we have an OUTFILE of stdout or standard out, and the process is going to correlate with that as well. Moving on to the fields section, and this is included in both the INFILE and OUTFILE sections. So let's look at the layout of a field. So firstly, we have a name which is going to be this, a type, which is a type right here, a position, and a separator. A name is going to be a name of a field, and it doesn't matter what it's called as long as it's shared between both the INFILE and OUTFILE, and it must be unique. Type is going to be the data type that the information is taking on, such as ASCII, numeric, and many others. The position tells a position of the field, and it is important that the fields are in chronological order. A separator defines how the fields are separated. A /t or tab separated is one of the most common. I do want to bring your attention down here to this example right here, and this is a very good diagram of how to reference the fields. So this is just a very simple text file. So field 1 would correlate to this column right here, right? This field 2 is going to reference to the next column, and field 3 is going to reference to the column after that. If there was more information inside this text file, you could go on and on and on and on, and you would just have a new field for each column that is there. And that's the best way to think about it. A field is just essentially a column that is just given a different name. So since we're on this page, technically, for the name, you could go ahead and change this field 1 name, which correlates to this column right here, to a name field, if you'd like. And same thing with field 2 and field 3. So next time, we'll go ahead and look at some real-world examples, and we'll see what it looks like to alter the scripts, change the scripts. We'll see the different types of INFILEs, OUTFILEs, and everything else like that in action.